So yeah, hi all. So just from my last LinkedIn post, I got two projects and I would like to share one of them, which was a bit interesting. So if I just scroll up and if you see, I get a random text from a person saying hello, like, can you help in my project? Okay, if you see, he has sent some screenshot. So let's see what is the first project here. So if you read here, the given task that we have to go to this particular site and we have to extract the first 10,000 results. If you see, there are 90,000 results. We'll just see that in a moment. So from that, we have to extract this 10,000 results, starting 10,000. And from this 10,000 results, we have to filter out only the YouTube links. Okay. And those details, we have to then store it in either the JSON or CSV form. Okay. So this was the task. And the person had already done few of the things, but here it was a bit trickier. And okay, let's see what was the tricky part here involved. Okay, so to explain that, let's understand how the server works, like how the proxies work. Like even if you see at the top, just 1 second, the hint they had given is try to use IP proxies. Okay, that's what they had mentioned. So just let's see why we have to use the IP proxy. So let's say we are here. Okay, and whenever we do any Google search or the Amazon search, whenever you search anything in a server, like let's say this is the Google server. Okay, whenever you search anything, there is always a IP address that is nothing but the address of your computer. So that's how they track like your details and all. So that address goes with your search. Okay, whatever you search, that's so with that search, the IP address always goes with the Google. Okay, so if you just search for basic thing like one or two requests, then it's fine. But in web scraping, what happens? We search for a lot of things. We try to extract a lot of data, right? So there are a lot of responses going at once. And if the Google identifies, like from any one particular IP address, there are a lot of requests coming in, then it particularly blocks it. Okay, so that's why what we do, we go through a proxy. So what is a proxy? Proxy is something like let's assume it is as a device. So from this device, there are like multiple IP addresses which will search for the Google, like the request, like whatever we want to search, whatever request we want to search, we can pass it to the proxies, and this proxies will go through the Google and get the data. Okay, but there is one more catch here, that if you are just using one proxy, there is a high chance that even this Google may identify, the Google servers may identify, and they may block it. Okay, so here where the term comes as proxy rotation. So we have to use a multiple proxies here. Okay, so it's not that we are just using one. We'll be using we'll be sending through this, and all at once we'll be sending to Google. And then we'll get the data from them. Okay, so this is how the actual logic was working in this project. And if I just try to show you the site, so this is the site, for example, from which we have to scrap the data, site youtube.com, this thing. And if you see, there are multiple video links itself. So that's why it makes sense to extract the data, like links of the YouTube. Okay, so initially to come up with this, what we thought is like if I went just to a GitHub link where it provides a lot of proxy IDs and its port number. And if you see, they have specifically mentioned like the plus does support the Google. Okay, but when we checked it out, like none of them work. I'm not sure because most of them are free. Free proxies always they may be having some issues, so they recommend to go with the professional one. So this didn't work. And as they had mentioned here to the hint that use the scrapping bee. So similarly, we had something like Scrapper API, and this like I had a bit experience of this. So we used this Scrapper API. So what does this Scrapper API does is that it eliminates all the thing like going to the proxy and routing all those, right? So if you just see it, Scrapper API handles all the proxies and browsers and captchas. Okay, and actually using this API made our work much easier. So if you just see the code, okay, so this was just with the GitHub link, like taking my own proxies. So this was the proxy. I just tried to take this, filter the correct plus symbol, but it still didn't work. If you see, most of them failed. And like then we switched to Scrapper API. Okay, so with the Scrapper API, it worked well. We got the responses well. So if you see, Scrapper API had, but the issue again here was that after 1500 requests, for like this is even I'm not sure why it didn't work for the next. We are still trying to figure it out. But yeah, after like we are able to scrap few data. That is like we scrapped, let's see, around 1710. That if we divide it, like we'll get nearly 1100 YouTube links were scrapped from the site. Okay, so yeah, this was the project that we tried to do here. Hope it was well. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.